Every spring in Canberra, Floriade, the famous floral fiesta, blooms into action over 4 hectares alongside Lake Burley Griffin. We're talking over 1 million plants. One thing about the displays at Floriade, to get a full appreciation of the complexity of their design, they're best viewed from above. And in honour of this festival of flowers, I thought the very least I could do was to try and blend in.
Sorry, I'm clipping your beard a little bit as we go. Give you a bit of a trim.
Finally. For some people out there, they'd be so pleased to think that I'm getting a trim. I've had 21 chopsticks and 37 pencils put in my beard. That's the record. So I think you're up there in terms of, I'm not sure how many flowers were you counting?
I'd say at least 30 or 40 stems.
I'm not just ready for Floriade, I am Floriade. Hello. I need to give a bit of daintiness back out. Excuse me, ladies. As a mobile floral display, I'm off to share the joy. June and Edna, welcome to Floriade. Oh, I think you're left here. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it smells beautiful.
Just for you from Floriade. Oh, this one is for you. Floriade started in 1988 as a one-off tribute to the Australian bicentenary celebrations. 30 years on, it's still going strong. You're blooming marvellous. Well, I feel like I've given away all my flowers, I've lightened up the follicles, but there's one last thing to give away now. Here we go. Excuse me.
Costa!
I would love to give you my final flower offering, which is my crown.
I would love to accept.
And then this has to go round at the back.
Oh, you've done this before.
Well, it was done by my people.
You have people. It feels beautiful. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Now, I need to find myself the gardener behind all this. Pretty special at night as well. Andrew Forster has been involved with Floriade for most of his working life. First as an apprentice learning the ropes, and for the last 20 years as head gardener, which means he has the ultimate responsibility for planting and maintaining the garden beds. And what's underneath the irises here?
So we have pansy pussycat. They have whiskers, just like yours, Costa.
I like them.
Okay. This is what we work off. We're given this from the designers. This is our master plan. And each garden bed has an individual plan that we use. These are all to scale. And we use these for marking out the garden bed designs and then for planting, making sure we have the right type of bulbs and annuals in the right sections.
Wow, so you're looking at it from up in an aeroplane as the master plan, but then you have to actually take it from looking good on plan to looking good on the ground.
Exactly.
Each of the raised garden beds is designed to be in bloom for the entire month of Floriade. And when you think about it, that's no mean feat.
Floriade goes for 30 days, so we have mixes of plants within the garden bed. So we might have a couple of types of tulips that flower early, middle or late, and then we've got the underplanting of the English daisies in this garden, which makes it last for flowers from the first day to the last day.
Where do you begin to prepare this bed?
OK, so we put a base of 150 ml of soil down. We plant the bulbs in there at about 10 centimetres apart, so about 60 bulbs per square metre. And then we put another layer of soil over the top of 100 ml. And then we remark the patterns and we plant the annuals.
But how do you mark the patterns? Because to me, they just look perfect.
So we've got a board which has holes. It's got pegs in it. We stamp on that and make the holes and then plant all the annuals within that.
At Floriade, what goes on behind the scenes is just as important as the public displays. This little space here really shows just how much is involved, like the forward planning, then you need your backup. It's a big process.
That's right. We have to get these grown on just to fix up any patches. Sometimes we get bird problems. Every now and then things don't grow as they should, so we have to come in late August, early September and just fix up those areas.
Do you count how many plants are actually spread over the site?
So there's over 1 million bulbs and annuals out on the site, but we just have to make sure that it all looks good for opening day and during Floriade. The designers do a wonderful job in selecting plants, of mixes of plants that flower over the 30 days. So if you come on the first day or the last day, there's always colour here, and it always looks fabulous.
So what happens when the big flowering party's over?
So on the last night, once the gates close, the volunteers that help us out, they get to have a dig and take some bulbs home. Then on the Monday morning, we cut all the nice flowers that are left and they go to hospitals and nursing homes around Canberra.
That's a nice touch.
It is, it's fantastic and the people love it. It's a privilege to work on an event like this. You get people coming out of Canberra's cold winter from under their doonas. They come out in springtime with smiling, happy faces on the first day, and you get to see that. You get to work with a range of people. You're training apprentices, get to meet people like yourself, Costa and the Queen, ambassadors, and it's just an amazing place to work. It's really been my life, and I really love doing this job.
There's no doubt that Floriade is one of the great events for flower lovers across the country. You could do worse than add it to your calendar.